As few hours before the crucial World Cup qualifying match between Nigeria and Benin Republic, the Super Eagles had wrapped up their final training section at the Qualifier International Stadium in New York, and this one felt different. This one felt different. The tempo was high, the focus sharper, and the message was crystal clear. It is time to deliver. From tactical routines, individual drills, there was so much to take away from the final section. And even though it was just a final day, it gave us serious clues about what to expect when the Eagles step up to face Benin Republic. So yeah, 3 things we learned from the Super Eagles final training in New York based on real observation and facts straight from camp. The intensity was different. Players looked sharper, hungry, and more connected. If the first training section was about settling after a delayed arrival, the final section was about switching to full battle mode. From the moment of warm-up began, you could see the difference. The runs were crispy, the passes had more zip, the communication was louder, every player seemed locked in. No sign of fatigue or distraction. Observations around the training ground noted how the team moved, as units, compact in shape, disciplined in drills, and motivated to impress the coaching crew. Even the players who didn't start in previous matches were giving it everything. The energy from the bench options was just as fresh as the regular starters. That tells you one thing: competition for starting spot is alive and held in the camp. Akko Adams was impressive during training. We saw him training with his fellow teammates and touching the ball and making move of the ball. And this is another great improvement and joy for many of Nigerians. Now up front, Victor Osimhen was the eye of many media people, press, men and women who had to focus on Victor Osimhen, where we saw him do the drills, follow up instructions, have a joke with his coach and everything. The whole section, just screamed one message: the Super Eagles are ready. The sharpness in the passing, the speed of play, the overall focus looked like a team ready to prove a point. After days of travel, drama, and pressure from fans, it's safe to say the final training was the perfect presence, intensity, unity, and belief. Number 2, the tactical structure became clear. Goalkeepers, strikers, midfielder units trained separately with purpose. A second big thing we noticed was how they structured and they arranged themselves. This wasn't a random run through. Every section of the squad had its own focus. The goalkeepers were fine-tuned, like Stanley Wabali were at a particular place training with the goalkeeper trainer, and that looked so that was so interesting. They worked on quick flex, saves, aerial command, and shot stopping from close range. The strikers like Akko Adams and Victor Osimhen, Tolu had their own training section. Some of the midfielders joined them when they had their own training section also too. The midfielder and defensive guys had their own, one or two, passes, transition control, and everything. So it's a very, very interesting one. And one other thing we just noticed around the fact was that they later came back together to have a coordinated training before the media were sent out. Now let's talk about Admiral Lukman's absence, which is a third thing we noticed. Admiral Lukman's absence shows the fact that they have to do without, which is a third thing we noticed. Admiral Lukman was left out of the training yesterday due to the fact that he has 2 yellow cards. He missed a game against Benin Republic. Players like Samuel Chukwueze, Moses Simon, all trained, but Admiral Lukman did not train. But this has implications, and this will definitely show in the talk about the starting 11, also showing the formation Eric Shell will decide to use. Now, players like Akko Adams would now be another key man many will expect to show, just like the way he did in the game against Lesotho, where he scored the winning goal. And so that will be what we'll be expecting from the Super Eagles. 3 key points from their last training they had at the Qualifier Stadium. And of course, I could let you know the mood inside the camp is still, they're happy. The players are happy to put in a bright smile, even though they understand what is at stake. You could see like Osimhen motivating Akko Adams, or indeed Osimhen showing that big motivation, that big brother he has always been. We should call him big brother, but that player who shows so much dedication to national team activities. And so the 3 things we have learned is the sharpness and hunger in the camp, tactical structure, purposeful training, as well as Lukman's absence. This will now affect the tactical, change up and shake up ahead of the game against Benin Republic. The message from Oyo is clear. The Super Eagles are ready after the travel issues, after all the fan criticisms. The camp has shown maturity, unity, and renewed energy. The players look sharp, confident, and focused. One thing is getting the 3 points and making sure you are available for the World Cup come 2026. The Eagles must do anything to win and hope that the results from South Africa would favor them. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video to keep Super Eagles conversation going.